Ah, well, it looks like my fears and worries might be coming true. Now, I still don't want them to, but over the past week, I made you all aware of this potential wick fill since the capitulation day, which saw Hbar actually draw down over 25, almost 30%. It's funny because by the end of the day, it retraced that whole jump and closed at around a 50, well, from the low, pumped around 53% at the daily candle close. However, at that moment when I brought out my next H-bar update, I made you all aware that I was expecting a wick fill. And since then, we've been bleeding down over the past week. In fact, with that movement down, we're creating this falling wedge, but also creating these bearish crosses. These are signals not to be ignored. You know, down over here, when we saw the bullish crosses, that's what sent H-bar up over 800%. And after coming into macro targets of mine between the 1272 and the 1618, more specifically these two levels here, 33 and 36 cent, I was making you all aware this could be a macro double top and we're entering a deeper correction, especially with that capitulation day, the wick that was created. In fact, with how today has developed, gives it even more validity, and that's my worry. And I mentioned once again, I do not want it to dump. I want our alts to finally go up, because unlike H-bar, most of the market did not move up. It was only certain few US based cryptos that did well since the August or November bottom. In fact, the bottom for Bitcoin was August down at 49k. And if we look at H-bar, what it was doing in August, it was actually heading to new lows until Trump had won and of course claimed to eventually, when he actually gets into power, to make US based cryptos tax free for its citizens. So it makes sense until the moment he got into power. Why should they hold? Why should they sell and pay tax if the laws are going to change? So that's why a lot of these coins, the larger caps, the ones that have done super well until now, have been holding up. But there's been a lot of FUD since, especially with today. If you've already seen online, Binance over the past month through January and Feb have sold 99% of their crypto portfolio. So holding a very little amount of crypto at the moment. What are they doing? What are they preparing for? Either way, they've already sold. So the reaction from today is short-term sellers, of course, with a bad taste in their mouth. The unfortunate thing is, we're stopping breakouts. We saw the falling wedge actually break out for once, guys. For it to be taken away with that FUD, you know, not good whatsoever, because I'm also seeing this on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's losing after breaking out yesterday, continuing it today, making a new higher high with the wicks, and then that FUD comes out, the very first hurdle, it gets knocked back down, looking to lose the key level of support. It must reverse before the daily candle close. And it's the same situation here for H-bar. It broke out today, so we need to actually close above the yellow dotted line, otherwise it invalidates this bullish pattern. We're looking to lose the lower end of the support of it. Guys, this is a bullish pattern. It's not meant to break out bearish. This was the only thing really to cling on to, because I've been making those videos warning you of this wick fill. But the one thing we could cling on to, which was this bullish pattern that we saw on Bitcoin and actually across the market, in fact on Solana as well, made a Solana update, go check that out. You can see it needs to hold the 200 EMA. It's vital if you want to see this macro double bottom, otherwise losing it, and then it can turn into a macro double top. So it's the same for all coins. Everything is in the same basket pretty much. So need that Bitcoin to reclaim 95k, 96k, even by the end of today, which, as we're making this video, we only have 4 hours and a half of this daily candle. So heading back over to, yes, saw the same thing on Sui as well. Now heading back to H-bar, of course, this is giving more validity to the wick fill, unless Bitcoin wakes up and reclaims 95 and 96k for the daily candle close. We're now seeing more bearish crosses. And yeah, again, as I mentioned earlier, it was the bullish crosses that led us up here in the first place. Until those bearish crosses are reclaimed, and actually, even if we pump, they should be our top. That's what we're seeing with proof today. Yes, we had a fundamental event that could lead to short-term selling. You know, they already sold. That's why we saw these crazy capitulation events, and yeah, just this sideways period. They were keeping the market down, suppressing the market, but they don't hold anything anymore. So what's going on today is just a reaction to that news event. The unfortunate thing is it makes the chart ugly. What does that then lead to? Maybe the next day or the following days, if today prints out looking bearish, most likely continuation lower. Even if we should have broken out bullish out of this bullish pattern, the falling wedge, which is targeting back at 33 to 36 cent. Even on my videos the past few days, going back to Friday when I first spoke about this bullish pattern, we were suggesting that there are many resistances that could knock it down even before getting to the target, even if we break out of this pattern. And at the very first hurdle, not even reaching 25 to 27 cent, even just the 12 EMA, can you see how that's under the psychological level? 25 cent. Look, 2499. It didn't even manage to touch 25 cent. And with that, rejecting, confirming all these bearish crosses. Guys, they're all in bearish crosses apart from this 200 EMA. While we see Hbar trading above, this is all a dip. It's an ugly dip, and the dip could get worse from here, but it's still considered a bullish correction due to the massive pump that we had. We can see the white line here was keeping the chart bearish in a downtrend, and the moment you flip that into support, we saw this rise of over 800%. If you want to maintain that long-term uptrend where we expect further months of bullishness, this 200 EMA must maintain. So it could just be looking to fill it in, and then we continue higher. If Bitcoin reverses right now, reclaims 95 and 96K, and then I also see Hbar by the following video that I bring out, Hbar's above 25 and 27 cent. This is a very good start in order to meet the target 33 and 36, but ultimately it could lower high right there up at this price and still continue lower. So there is a lot of risk at the moment, even if we actually see the market reversing bullish and pumping. You can pump up into that and still roll over. So I will be here to update as it develops. Look, it developed and even changed. The last video, we were giving some positive light because we were getting this falling wedge pattern across the board, and Bitcoin actually broke out of it. And then today, everything changed with that fundamental news event. Binance sold nearly all their crypto through January and February. So, you know, the sentiment can change just like that tomorrow. If it's a green day, then great. Reclaim 25, 27, and we start to move up to 33, 36. Breaking 33 and 36 means we can target $1.50 in the end, as you've seen past updates where I have mentioned that. But that could be stalled off, that we can deviate from that $1.50 target if it, of course, maintains these bearish crosses, dips down into here. Even with the bounce, it could still lower high as we're now caught in this downtrend under the short-term moving averages. Once the short-term moving averages are cleared, reclaimed, this is all good again. If we lose the long-term moving average, we hold the short terms as resistance, lose the long term, we're looking at a deeper correction, but that would say we're starting a macro trend reversal back into a downtrend, and we don't want that to be the case. So must hold above $1, 18 cents. Of course, we've got that falling wedge on Bitcoin if it reclaims 95 and 96. From here, we go up. But yeah, not a good sign after that FUD event today. Really need to see the market turning around ASAP before the weekend. Cheers, everyone. If you want to get further education, check out the Discord. I do live streams in there. In fact, I'm doing one today. Use the links in the description down below to join it. Otherwise, like, subscribe, comment, and share.